Ready for takeoff. Whew, I'm a bit nervous, guys. Oh my days. I think we are lucky again. Oh my days. We are lucky just this side.
I designed to repainted a mini wing with a wingspan of 680mm, and this will be my very first fully 3D printed project with the hope of learning more about designing and 3D printing full model airplanes. I've actually been working on this project in the background for months now, and I spent some time on the CAD fine-tuning and redesigning with a bit of a simulation on AirShaper. Although I was only able to use a free mode of the software, which I think it's cool by the way. I printed the fuselage and wings in multiple segments to make it printable on printers with small build volume, just like the one I used for this project. Some of the major design consideration was making the FOL profile an MH45, which is mostly suited for flying wings, and as well as a wingtip washout to help reduce the stall speed. The rest was just optimizing the strength to weight ratio for this model, and I found the sweet spot for the infill to be around 5% dry rod and 2 layers for the wall thickness. Putting the airframe together is pretty much straightforward as I have made some alignment holes in the fuselage segments, which I use some PTG filament as the alignment pin. The wings were also put together with some alignment tabs, which I had reprinted with ABS filament, and this really helped putting together the wings with proper alignment. I definitely did enjoy the process of gluing the segment together with CA glue and an activator spray, which worked really well. Once I had the airframe fully assembled, I checked the weight and it was about 285 grams, which for me isn't so bad for a painted mini wings. I could potentially save some weight with some extra adjustment, but for now, I'll just go with this. I installed all the electronics needed with a mini flight controller at the center for stabilization. No GPS was added because I only intend to fly only in stabilized mode and manual modes. With everything ready, it's finally time to head to the field to go fly. But before that, please make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't and let us proceed.
Okay, time to take off. The wind is actually coming from this direction, so I'm going to launch this way. Yeah, this way. Okay, I need to arm. Ready for takeoff. Whew, I'm a bit nervous, guys. Oh my days. I didn't launch it very well.
All that much of hard work and it's already broken on the first attempt. I thought it was a terrible launch, but that will be proven wrong in my next attempt to take off again. And in the meantime, I managed to fix the nose with some glue and some tape.
Okay, take two. There's not enough time. Oh, I just lost my prop. Oh my days. Okay. Okay. That's a wrap.
The nose was badly damaged and the prop was broken, so I had to go back home and have it fixed with some new nose segments. I discovered that the wing was nosediving and there wasn't a terrible launch on my side. So I added some reflex on the ailerons to help counteract the nosediving tendency, which is quite common on wings.
This time around, we've repositioned to sort of use this space, and hopefully maybe the bush will catch it if anything will go wrong.
By using an online flying wing CG calculator, I was able to get the CG position to be around 25% from the leading edge. I'll make sure to leave a link in the video description.
Okay, moment of truth. I think I should go forward a bit, you know.
This time the wing managed to get airborne but decided oscillating on the pitch axis, and that wasn't the only problem. It was nosediving at random, and that really got me scared. So I made an attempt to land it in the bush, which obviously I missed.
Oh, I was so close to putting it in the bush. It's broken, but it can be fixed. Some. Oh, it's still pitching.
On this attempt, I repositioned the battery further back in an attempt to reduce the sudden nosedive and to see if the oscillation would reduce. But however, the pitch oscillation still persisted, which made me switch to manual mode, and somehow I lost the orientation of the aircraft briefly, resulting in a crash.
I think we are lucky again. Oh my days. We are lucky just this side that I can easily just patch up. Okay, finally time to try again. Third time is a charm. Oh. What is it doing? Why is it doing this?
Once again, the aircraft continues to oscillate and nosediving at random, which makes it really difficult to fly. And I wanted to just land the aircraft immediately in the bush, but I missed and broke the prop.
Okay, another take. We fixed it again, changed the props, and also I returned the elevator trims back to neutral mechanically. So I don't know what it will do this time around, but hopefully it does well. I can't even turn.
Despite returning the reflex on the elevons to neutral position and moving the battery further out, I just can't seem to get rid of the pitch oscillation. So on the next attempt, I moved the battery forward just to see how it's going to behave.
Ah! Oh!
At this point, I was frustrated and I wanted to wrap up the project, but decided to try one more attempt, which is to take off in manual mode.
Yeah.
Well, that didn't work out so well, and I ended up crashing, which completely destroyed the nose of the aircraft. After so many trials and error, I wanted to give up on this project, but to be sure, this was a design flaw and not the fact that it was to repainted. So I decided to build a foam version using the same airfoil and geometries except for the fact that this has no washout. All the electronics were transferred to the foam version and it's ready for flight.
Okay, first flight of this foam version. It's still pitching up. down. All right, let me bring it for landing.
As you can already tell, the behavior is exactly the same as the repeated version, with the sudden nosedives and pitch oscillations. On the next attempt, I repositioned the battery to see for any improvement.
CG has been moved way forward now. Okay, go again. Too nose heavy. Oh, I broke my prop too. Luckily, we have another prop. We'll fix the vertical stabilizer and we'll replace the prop. Time to go again. But this time I'll try and launch it as high as possible. Let's go. Oh my days. What is it doing? Let me bring it for landing. Look at this, is me just gliding.
It's safe to say that this is probably a design problem and aircraft just want to always oscillate. So on the next attempt, I reduce the reflex, hoping to reduce oscillation.
Okay, so what I've done now is I've reduced the reflex further, just a tiny bit.
Reducing the reflex doesn't really help much at this point, and there was just nothing else for me to do that I can think of. And at some point, I have tried to reduce and increase the mixing gain, which doesn't still help.
Okay, so change the prop again, and this is probably the last prop that spins in this direction. I just stopped.
That crash did some damage to the aircraft, and I just couldn't get the aircraft to fly properly. So I had to pack up and head home afterwards. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts and opinion as to what I could do to make it fly better. However, I did some research and I found out small sweep on wings usually doesn't help with passive pitch stability, which is why most wings have significant sweep. So a couple of things I'll be attempting on the next video will be to redesign a version with a more sweep, and I will also add a small canard wing to this current design, which I believe will reduce the pitch oscillations or get rid of it. Since you made it to the end of the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Also, special thanks to my Patreon supporters, they're having a big help on this project. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.